And this is why I personally don't like sending huge orders of like 100 cards plus to PSA for grading. Hey, I'm Craig, legendarycardboard.com, and today we're going to discuss my first PSA submission order received back for the new year where I did not do too well. Total of 23 cards in this order, 9 10s out of the 23. Today we're going to discuss it. We're going to review numbers, review the cards, and I'm going to have all the cost breakdown from what it cost me to grade it to what they're currently valued at using price charting. So let's get into it. Now, if you watched any of my grading videos before, you know I'm pretty extreme and extensive with my pre-grading. So one of the things I've talked about is not sending huge orders to PSA in the likely chance that you get maybe a bad grader, somebody's grumpy, and they just take it out on your order. They take it out on your cards. So had I sent in a larger order than 23, let's say 100, what 9 divided by 23, that's around a 39%. So I would have been looking at a possible like 40%, we'll just say. That's not what I want. So that's why I break my orders up into the between 20 and 30 card range for this exact reason. Now, some of you also might be asking, well, Craig, how do you know what your grades are already? Because you're literally opening the order here on camera. Now, if you're not familiar with grading with PSA or any of the other grading companies, you'll receive a notification at some point through the process that your grades are ready. And you can go online onto your account on the computer or the app, the PSA app, and you can reveal all the grades. Those blind reveal videos that everyone likes to post, hey, take it for what it is. Believe it or not, but hey, this guy's not buying it. I don't buy that. There's no way you're going to get that grades notification and just sit there and wait, up to possibly another week for your cards to show up before looking at the grades, right? I just don't buy it. Anyways, I'm gonna put these in order real quick on how I want to discuss them. Now, before we start getting into the cards themselves, I wanted to talk about real quick the total cost that it went into grading these cards. So first off, I'll have the price of what I paid for the card. And then also what I want to note is it costs me money to ship the cards there as well. So I spent $12.48 shipping the cards to PSA. So that's going to be a breakdown of cost into my all-in grading cost. And then the total cost of the order itself was $368.32. All together, what it cost me for just shipping and grading fees was $16.55 per card. So I just want to put that up front so you can kind of see a feel for what it really costs to start grading cards individually. Now, let's start going over the cards. So first card, a 10. We start off great. When I saw that online, when I started revealing the grades, I thought, oh, it's going to be a good order starting with a 10. So the Charizard V-Star, Brilliant Stars, such a cool card. Looks great. I'll have all the prices popping up. I bought the card for $50. And then, of course, the all-in $16.55 for the shipping fees. So all in, we're looking at $66.55. And I'll have kind of a breakdown of my all-in cost and then what they're current going for when I go back through and edit the video. So starting off there, the 10 with the Charizard, love it. Love to see that. Then I had another one, same cost, $50, and this one got a 9. I have no idea why. I mean, it looks great. There's no whitening on the back whatsoever. This looked just as good as the one that got the 10. Centering is good. So there you go. This is why I don't like to send huge orders to PSA. But that's just me. That's my personal preference. That's what works for me. There you go. Next up, we got the Umbreon V, Brilliant Stars. Again, everything, got debris from the card holders. Everything looked really good on my pre-grading. Everything checked out. Looks good. No issues on the back. I mean, it all looked real crispy, but it got the 9. That one hurt. So the Terrapagos EX Hyper Rare, cool looking card. Now this is all that my nephew Ben, who you've seen in some of our videos on TikTok and Instagram and stuff. He pulled this card. So this is a combination of cards that were either pulled or bought them on eBay or TCG Player or bought them at our local card shop. So this is another card. Nothing wrong with the back. It is a slightly off center, so it's heavy on the left. But it was well within range of the 60-40 for PSA, but whoever the grader was thought it deserved a 9. And it is heavy on the bottom as well. So maybe that's why, because it was a little heavy on both, like left and bottom, two sides. So I don't know. I've had worse looking cards get 10. So next up, the Chansey got the 9 Twilight Masquerade. It's a little heavy on the right, but still within the limits. The back, I mean, nothing stands out. Nothing screams. It looked good. If you guys see something I don't by chance during the video, like, feel free to reach out in the comments. That was pulled. That card was pulled out of a pack. Next up, we got the Mew EX, this shiny ultra rare. Okay, got a 9 as well. The only thing I think, and I took a chance on this one, this is a card I kind of risked, was, and you probably might not be able to see it, but there are some very subtle kind of print lines in the card. Very subtle. There's one going across here, and then one kind of going down. Like, you have to get it at just the right angle to see them. You probably won't be able to see them there, but other than that, everything else looked good on it. So, but it got the 9. The Wochin EX SIR. It's a cool looking card. It is slightly heavy on the right side, not by much, but got the 9. Back, there's just a touch of whitening down there, but it was only on one corner. And if you know me, if 2 corners are good to go, then I send it. So the 9 there. Another one, the Sizer illustration rare from Obsidian Flames. Really cool looking card. Really wanted this one in a 10. But again, a little touch of whitening on both corners down here, but not much at all. Not much at all. Okay, most slept on card in Twilight Masquerade, in my opinion. I'm sure you've seen some of my videos. You hear that from me all the time. This is, I think, my 3rd one grading of these. And this is my first 9. I've 10 the other 2, and this one looked not as bad. I mean, very subtle white and white down on those corners. I mean, very hardly anything. And then everything looked maybe a touch heavy on the right. But other than that, grader said it's a 9. Now we get into some Japanese. If you want the PSA participation trophy, just send Japanese. Every Japanese card I ever grade comes back a 10. The quality is always a little bit better, and there's less to worry about, less risk involved. So you have a better shot. So there you go. The War Turtle, cool looking card. The art rare, got the 10. We got the Snorlax with the 10. Japanese, it's just easy. It's easy. I'm not saying every card, but chances are you're more likely to get 10s on the Japanese cards. Persian, I love this card so much. That's one of my favorite cards. It's just a cool looking card. Peering out the window, looking out at the city. Very neat. And then we got the Mew VMAX from V-Star Universe. Another cool looking card, really neat. Japanese, easy. Now here was my next up are the Gengar VMAXs that I did a play. I think I made a video where I bought 8 of them. 5 of them I sent. 5 of them passed my pre-grading. So looks good. Let's look at this 10. Nothing on that one. Looks good. 10 on this one as well. Trying to see if I can point out anything on the 10s. Another 10 on the Gengar. We get like a touch of white, but that looks good. Just maybe a little hint up on that top left corner. But and then out of the 5, I got 2 9s. So here's the first 9. We'll see on the back. I mean, I don't know. This literally, I mean, it's heavy on this side, but like I said, it's whoever was the grader on these cards obviously favors centering. That seems to be what he really likes, is the centering. Whoever he or she, whoever the grader was. So there's the other 9, because the ones that got the 9s seem to be the ones that have a slight centering issue. So that's something to watch out for now. So here you go, another 9 Brilliant Stars Mimikyu VMAX. I don't know, slightly heavy on the left. So that's what it looks like got me, is the grader really wanted to see some good centering. So the Vaporeon Brilliant Stars Trainer Galleries. It's a cool looking card. Touch of white on that corner, but maybe a little heavy on the right. Not by much though, dang. I sent another one of those as well. Here you go. Yeah, I can heavy on the left there. In the standards though of the 60-40 allowable range for PSA. So, but just know this is a good example now to see that, hey, you might get a grader that, even though it's within the standards, maybe they personally just don't want to see uncentered cards, right? They don't want to give that away because they like seeing the centering. Again, this one right here, slightly heavy on the left, the Flareon, but it's in the standard. I measure every single card I send with my grading tool, with my card centering tool. But that's what looks like got me after reviewing all these. And then last but not least, the finally ended on a 10 here. Even though if you look, maybe it looks like a touch heavy on the left, but he must have felt bad after handing all those 9s and said, here you go, here's a 10, thanks for playing. And that's it. So there you have it. My first order of the year that I got back. Sent that order off in the end of October. It arrived there November 1st. I received it back January 9th. So there you have it as far as what I got back. Things that could possibly go south for you when it comes to grading. Grading is a risk that you have to take if you want that part of your business model. At the end here, what I will go over is I will have all the cost breakdown per card on the cards itself. So you'll see all that, and then my all-in cost for this order. So I'm talking what I bought the cards for, my shipping to ship them to PSA, and then the price between shipping and grading fees from PSA to get them back. My all-in cost was $610.65, and then based off of right now values on price charting, the value of all those, estimated value of all those currently on price charting, set at $927.40. And you might be thinking, well, even with all those 9s, you still came out slightly over $300, right? That's if I get full price for them, and then we're not even including fees on eBay or whatever other platform I want to sell them on. That's going to play a part of it. So it's going to start eating away at that potential profit. We're always shooting for the 10s because the more 10s you get, the higher your buffer is, because as the fees start eating away, platform eBay, or if you're selling on Whatnot or TikTok, wherever you're selling. So those are the risks we take. If you have any questions, comments, concerns on grading, here you go. Even someone like me that is very tedious and tries to be very precise with my pre-grading, we still take a little bit of an L sometimes. Not a big one, but seeing 9 9 for 23 tens. Like that kind of hurts a little bit. So, but it is what it is, and we move on to the next, and we keep churning and burning. So that's going to do it for this one. And as always, everyone, stay legendary, and we'll see you down the road.